Hello, everyone. My name is Prapaporn Suributra. I'm the CEO of Starfish Education. It's lovely to be here again for my second year at EdHeroes Ed. Today I'm really happy to share with you some of the initiatives that we have been working in Thailand, and I hope it gives you some inspiration and also some stories to share with your colleagues in whatever countries you're from. So I'm sure that everyone here is very keen in improving education in their own country, in their own context. In Thailand, we've been thinking a lot about how we can actually reach to our students and teachers who we want to work with nationwide. And as I'm sure that as everyone is aware how we can actually use technology doing different kind of work that, it wouldn't be possible in the past. But now we're still figuring out what would be the best way to actually use the technology to reach out to the students or the children that we want to work with. So I'd like to share with you one of the projects that we've been working here in Thailand. It's called Future Youth Thailand. So this program, we are aiming to scale what we call the equitable access to future skills. I'm sure that everyone is, talking about, the future skills, the skills that the students need, and how do we actually make that equitable and accessible to all the students or all the children that we want to work with. So Starfish Education is a private organization. We are an NGO. And when we work in this space, we also think about how we can actually work it with, work the project or partner up with the public or the main system, because I think that's always been one of the main issue that, sometimes we work in our own private sector and we want to scale it. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. So we're just trying to make sure that we set this model as what we call the private and public partnership model. So I'd like to share with you how we actually do that in Thailand. So this program, as I mentioned, it's called Future Youth Thailand. So we really aim to work with the students all across Thailand through technology and systemic innovation. And how do we do that? So this program is a project that it's a collaboration between Starfish Education and our key partners, which is Office of Basic Education Commission in Thailand. This is also belong to the Ministry of Education. This office is responsible for the basic education in Thailand, meaning from primary up to secondary 9. And this also a project they're working with Bangkok Metropolitan Administration, which is this organization is actually responsible for all the education or schools in Bangkok, which is the capital of Thailand. So we are actually partnering with these two key partners with the aim to reach out to students, as many students as possible. So when we talk about the future skills, we actually have to define what they are and, the approach that we're trying to reach them. So we used our STEAM design process, which is the design thinking process that we use. And this is the model that we've been using in our own school, as well as we've been working with other many schools in Thailand through the maker space and also our online learning platform. So we have our own online learning platform, which is Starfish Labs. Currently, we have around 400,000 members. About 70% of the users are actually teachers, and apart from that, we also have students, which are like the older students, secondary school students, and also some parents. So we use this as a key platform to actually work with our youth with this to equip them with the future skill that we actually talk about. So this project is actually looking at how can we actually reduce that inequality and increase the access to quality learning. We talk a lot about, again, this future skills. What does it look like? So we also want to work with the students around the Sustainable Development Goals, or the SDGs, particularly SDG 11, which is about cities and communities, and SDG 13, which is the climate action. So this is actually the program that we want to reach out to our youth, so that they have this, first, the awareness of this SDGs, or the issues that it actually, within their community, their society, and the actions that they can actually take to address them. So the project overview is, this is a self-paced micro-learning course, so designed by Starfish Education to empower the students, equip them with the future skills. So when we talk about the micro-learning, I think everyone here, talk about like how, youth learn these days. How can we actually make the online courses that actually attractive to the students, and the students actually want to do it themselves? So this is a challenge for us, just to make sure that, whatever we design, we really think about the instructional design for the youth, and it has to be for the mobile as well. So this project aims at approximately 2.7 million students. This is a very ambitious project, but having key partners like the MOE or the BMA really give this assurance. And we feel like this is a challenge project, but at the same time, we feel that it's could be the way that we can actually work with all the youth in Thailand. So I just want to give an update. We currently have around 25,000 students who actually, participated in the course. And this is just the beginning of us. So we are really hopeful that we can actually scale this to many more students. So when we talk about, this mobile as a learning tool for the students, I think before this, we talked a lot about what kind of device that would be best for our students. We talk about the tablets, we talk about the laptop. But at the end of the day, I think we all agree that, mobile, especially in Thailand, the mobile penetration rate in Thailand is very high. It's almost 90%. So basically, about 90% of the population use the internet, and about 95.4% own a mobile phone. So it's almost like we can say like almost 100%. So students will have a mobile phone in their hands. So how can we actually turn the mobile phone into their learning tool? Only the device cannot really help them to learn, but more importantly, it's the content that they have access to. Surely they have access to like TikTok or like all this social media that they find attractive as one of their own learning material. But, this is a challenge as an educator. Like, how can we actually make the content or make the learning as attractive as, what they find on the social media? So we have to design or redesign like the whole courses, making sure that it's mobile first. And it's not only like and we also have to think about what kind of mobile they have. It's not like everyone will have like the newest, model where they can use a lot of application workflows and things like that. So we have to design the course that actually engaging enough, and making sure that it's also two ways. It's not like, they only read something and then that's it. We have to design that they have an option to do after they learn about this STEAM design process, they learn about how they can actually make the innovation. And it doesn't really have to be like a prototype on day one. It could be like a campaign, a way of they design, the campaign, the thinking, the thoughts, and things like that. And then it gradually, move to the actual prototype. And when they move on to the actual prototype, that's when the teachers will come in and help facilitate, so that, what they imagine can be executed. They can actually build the prototype. So there are different activities that we put in place, making sure that, first, the students have the awareness of the courses, and then the access of the courses. That's the primary goal. So the key objectives of this project, like I mentioned a bit of this earlier, we really want to focus on the future skills. When we talk about these 21st century skills, like critical thinking, creativity, problem solving, communication, so that they can learn through, the model that we have, which is a STEAM design process. Secondly, we really think about how we can actually promote this equity, access to quality education through the mobile phone. So it's a simple concept, but it's a very challenging one, because when you try to make this accessible for everyone, you also have to think about, what kind of courses it would be accessible for them, and not only accessible to them, they actually have to want to use it. And then we talk a lot about the sustainability side of it, so that they can learn about the SDG 11 and 13, be the change maker, making sure that they can actually make the changes in the community. And this cannot happen only with the students learning. We also have to work a lot on teacher support. Though the students can actually access the courses themselves, it requires a lot of navigations in terms of, like, you cannot just go and tell the students, go to these courses by yourself as a foundation. So you really have to work with the teachers. We have to work with the principals, making sure that they have access to these courses, they know about the courses, and more importantly, they can actually build the prototype after what they already learned about the courses. And with this private and public partnership, it will not be possible without this networking or public relations, because this is not like a one organization project. This is a collaboration work. So this is also one of the key, the networking part is also one of the key objectives of this project. So just give you a rough summary of the target audience that we are looking at. So 13 to 18 age group students in Thailand, throughout Thailand. So we have like different courses for them to take. We also want to work with the teachers and so the parents, making sure that the students are well supported. So the learning outcome, why do we actually do this? So like I mentioned earlier, we really want to target the future skills development. We want to make sure that we can turn the mobile phones on the students' hand into a learning tool. We want to promote sustainable innovation. And of course, we want to support the teachers and also the coaches. And we want to scale this. We want as many students to learn about these courses. And again, this is just the beginning. I think we are in a very initial stage where we work a lot on the awareness level. Once we can find out what kind of learning is suitable for them, how can we actually leverage mobile phones to create this sort of like large scale rollout in the country, I think there are so many other topics that we can actually use to work with the students. So this is just a summary about our own project, which I hope that some of you, when you hear about this project, can think about what one organization can work with partners, especially public partners, to roll out this nationwide programs to many students in the country. So just a glimpse of the platform that we use. So it looks something like this. You go inside and then you can have like different programs that you can work with. Not only the courses, there'll be the pitching competition, and also they get certificates from attending the courses. So there are 2 courses. So like I mentioned, one focusing on the healthy cities and another one on climate change. So the students can choose to take one of them or both of them, depending on the interest. Yeah, so that's it. That is the end of my short keynote. I just hope that if any of you are interested in the work that we are doing, the experience that we have, the challenges that we also face, just reach out to us, and we'd be happy to share with you what we learn, and maybe can share with you as well the in terms of like the instructional design of the courses, how we can actually do it. So yeah, we are here to learn together and share together. So I hope this inspires you to look at the project that you're actually working on and how to scale this into other area with the significant partners in your country. Thank you very much.